Converging technologies give the opportunity to do an amazing set of things in the years ahead, dealing with sustainability for communities and potentially for households, for energy, food, transportation, the ability to manufacture or print things either in the local neighborhood or in your home, much of the stuff that you need. The ability to increase community and household food production. Those are all things which could be significant. In addition, energy self-sufficiency, that either through hydrogen or through solar and better storage or other means that are in the zone of the emerging converging technologies that could be really significant, both in terms of how sustainable we are and lowering our carbon footprint and living more effectively. But so if we come back to food and the question of whether it's community-supported agriculture or using better knowledge of what we know now and integrating information systems in communities, or rooftop gardening, or aeroponics and the ability to make food in your home, or 3D printing of food if we figure out how to make it nutritious. In addition to, we'll probably have something like cultured meat that we can also produce locally. So all those are relevant. In terms of health, we will increasingly integrate our knowledge of health, of genomics, of epigenetics, of our health practice management, of our behavior coaching, and those will go into what we would call digital health coaches. And in many cases, they'll be given to people by their healthcare providers, integrated with their practice management systems. In some cases, they may get them on the market. But those will be significant tools for our management of our health and encouraging us to do the right thing. In addition, the other advances need to help make the healthy choice the easy choice. And that's all in the context of a growing concern or focus on health equity, on what are the differences. And the differences in health, in many cases, are related to social determinants of education, income, access to food, neighborhood safety, and that's a larger set of issues, but these converging technologies play a role in thinking about those as well. There are a number of components that will integrate into the digital health coach. And if you start with sort of what's a model, IBM's Watson computer beat the humans in Jeopardy in 2011. One of the next applications is health, and it'll be advising doctors with all available medical knowledge. In the years ahead, we will add to that the issue of how do you use a variety of body monitors. So, for example, even for insulin testing or the glucose testing, you can now put something on your arm, and it will measure over time, and you get the equivalent of glucose measure without doing blood testing. Those kinds of advances will be significant. We'll have a variety of biomonitoring integrated into small devices. We'll have pads on our bed, sleeping pads that go under our sheets that get 80% of what a sleep lab gets. All of those things will allow us to build personal profiles for our own health. When you get a blood test now, the definition of normal, it's societal range, whether you're in that or not. Well, each of us has a normal range that may go high or low of the communal norm for the nation, which is what the test uses. We will develop those over time from non-invasive, continuous, passive biomonitoring that could be on your eyeglasses, your earrings, your wristwatch, or other devices that you wear or sleep on, as well as near-field monitoring. Your cell phone will communicate most of this information to your record and your health provider's record. Those will get built into the digital health coach and practice management software in a way that then interacts with you. They're in the health arena, the digital health coach. It's needed that we ensure privacy, security, and discrimination protections, and it is possible because we'll have our genome in that record that is shared and stored, and that we use large amounts of data from millions of people to learn more about. That's part of the excitement about the convergence of knowledge and the technologies. But the privacy issues will become more significant because if your genetic code is in there, your fingerprint equivalent is in your record. And so you may not be able to have anonymity. And so we need to make sure even more that discrimination and security protections surround the use of of that health data. So that's in health. In terms of other issues, the question of developing these technologies in a way that supports equity, that deals with the sustainability and viability of low-income households, and deals with their ability to survive. In particular, in an environment where we will continue to automate out of existence many jobs, either through actually automation and machinery or through expert systems. Well, in healthcare, healthcare is an information processing thing. It's also human skills and human touch phenomenon, but most healthcare is not human touch. It's processing information. And we'll be able to do that far better. We have multiple forecasts on primary care teams, for example, where we may well use community health workers armed by these digital health coaches, or with the person in the home using that. The community health worker comes to visit them and has all the backing of their healthcare system and can deal with issues and work with the person. It can be motivating. It comes from the community as part of their community. And so we can redeploy healthcare teams very differently in this environment. Most advances increase disparities. The poor or the vulnerable sort of get affected last. In many cases, in some cases not at all. And many of the advances that we'll experience in healthcare, in the current approach to developing and applying technologies, may not get to low-income people at all. We forecast advances in Alzheimer's that, depending on the nature of our health insurance and reimbursement, may only be available to the rich. And so there are in developing the advances, the need to ensure that they are accessible to, in effect, all populations, and particularly to those where they would make the greatest difference.